Hey guys, how we doing? Thank you for joining me. Chair Shot Sports special edition after this past Monday Night Raw. I'm John Anthony. I'm your man. Listen, QR codes. Liv Morgan's making out with Rhea Ripley's boyfriend. And is Braun Breaker going to fight Adam Pearce? All right, let's take it from the top. Let's start at the beginning. QR codes have been the talk of WWE television and programming for at least a good month and a half now. All started after the Bray Wyatt documentary. Obviously, the lamp lit up. Uncle Howdy was there. Um, Obviously, there was a need and a want to carry on the Bray Wyatt legacy. So for the past 7 to 8, maybe I would dare say 9 weeks, we've had QR codes where you click on those. They bring you to symbols, they bring you to codes, web pages, journals, things like that, to try to figure out what is going on and how we can decipher all of this. This week's was probably one of the more telling QR codes that we've had. This week's gave you two videos and a still. So the first video was the then therapist to the Fiend, who was found, who again 3 weeks ago was shown in clippings as missing, now is doing an interview with a news reporting agency that she was set free by her captors, saying that she was never in any real danger, and then just kind of looks at the camera, does the whole holds it for a little bit. Very remnants of me, of obviously the movie Smile, someone in a trance, but also reminding me a lot of how Joe Gacy looks at the camera when he would do his signature smile, talking about when he was with Schism and also doing some of his things on camera. So that happened. Camera glitches out a little bit, shows somebody sitting in the therapist's seat, whether it be hair across their face or maybe a veil. That glitches out. Go over to the second video. This is like this looks like a third party watching on a laptop. The camera pans up a little bit, shows the White 6 logo on the wall, then glitches again, goes to the room that we just saw with someone sitting in that chair, nobody there, and then you see a glimmer and a flash of someone inside the mirror now. So a lot of things going on here. Also, too, the Uncle Howdy journal has been updated. We'll talk about that in a second. There was another entry put into that. The third video or the clip that you can find, I haven't dug into it yet. Obviously, still on X, watching Raw, doing a whole lot of other stuff. Looks like it was a ring cam notification that says disconnected or reconnect. Looking to whoever's house that was disconnected from. Could be the therapist's house, as with the last QR code we saw. Looks like Uncle Howdy could have been breaking into, one would presume, Nikki Cross's house with Killian Dane there playing some video games. If you want to go down the whole road, looks like Uncle Howdy's visiting the members of the Now family on a personal basis, going in there, in and out. So it's kind of what the ring cam, I think, is supposed to be kind of a call out to. So gonna get looking at it a little bit. Also, too, the biggest thing too on the first video with the therapist, she obviously wears glasses. If we tried to zoom in, we showed that picture. Also on X, trying to see if there's anything in there reflection wise. I've gotten a couple people that have reached out to me saying, I see this, I see that. And I think it's one of those things where you're also trying to see the ghosts. Maybe it's that, maybe it's this, trying to be the person that kind of cracks the code. The biggest thing, though, is the journal entry. The journal entry, I went to it, saw it, took a screenshot, shared it. I did not notice the message in this entry. Shout out to there was one or two of our followers on X that commented on it, shared it on their page, also saying what was going on. So if you take the first letter of every line, it spells out June, and then the last, I believe, 4 lines are Roman numerals. Those spell out June 17th. For those of you that don't know, June 17th is the Monday Night Raw after Clash at the Castle. So I think this is kind of a telltale sign of us getting something, whether it be a a, a debut as a whole, or maybe one or two people kind of making their presence felt on the show, or maybe an Uncle Howdy sighting, something going on to that. But I think June 17th is definitely the beginning of everything. Is going to be the payoff of what we've been waiting for. I know myself, I talked about it on X. We talked about it on our shows. I thought for sure King of the Ring, King and Queen of the Ring was going to be sort of a jump off or a catalyst of the group. Obviously, we got a pre-show glitch of it making kind of Michael Cole say Uncle Howdy. Did not get any debuts, anything like that. So June 17th seems like the end day, the day where we will see what is going on, who is with what. Very, very excited for that. With that being said, before we get into other things, the biggest Easter egg, I guess, or someone being there, there is a lot of stuff online. If you're online now, if you're on X, if you're on Instagram, I'm sure you've seen it. There is a blonde female who is in the scene with Sheamus as he's walking around backstage with his encounter with JD McDonough. I've looked at recent pictures of Alexa Bliss. She no longer has her long flowing blonde locks. She has more of a cut shoulder length. The picture that you see, she has the pants on of it looks like the Fiend ones, but just not red, but they're white and black. I, for one, think that definitely looks like Alexa Bliss. I've been a proponent on multiple shows before this that's saying that she's not going to be a part of the group. Looking at this and now thinking about it, talking about everything, as much as she was pained by Bray's passing, wanting to be a part of that group, how everything ended, I feel like if she is involved, she's going to be somewhat of a lieutenant, a right-hand man to Uncle Howdy. Not so much being involved right away to the group, but kind of pulling the strings, which they've referenced in other journal entries. It's not strings if you like the people that are pulling that are pulling them. Uncle Howdy and her kind of calling the shots, dispersing the band and kind of doing their bidding throughout the rosters. I'm sure that this group will go between the three rosters for a couple weeks, kind of raising hell, mayhem, doing a whole bunch of things in different matches, just vignettes, videos, making their presence felt across the WWE brand, all their programming before they kind of get saddled up onto a certain brand. Guys, we're definitely sooner than later into a reveal of what's going on. This group, it's amazing what's going on. And I think it's definitely going to be something amazing and built in the memory of what Bray wanted with his group. And I think Taylor, Bo Dallas, will carry it on as an offshoot, not so much a copy, but an offshoot of the Bray Wyatt brand, and carry his group in memory of Wyndham. So with that being said, that's one part of the show. Another one is, if you were watching, Braun Breaker was suspended with his actions, what happened last week, taking out the local jobber, sending him to the hospital. Braun just running roughshod around the entire roster, not really giving two F's about what's going on or whatever Adam Pearce says. So today we had a big match. We had Ricochet, we had Dragunov, one-on-one facing each other. Looks like Ricochet was about to get the win. Braun Breaker jumps the barricade, jumps into the ring, knocks Ricochet out of his boots, then hits Dragunov. So Pearce getting in the ring, right in Braun's ear. You see Braun scratching the chin. Should I do it? Should I do it? What are we going to do? The crowd's going nuts. Listen, Pearce, a.k.a. Scrap Daddy, is still in phenomenal shape. He showed it on his Insta. He's shown it on his X. Like, the guy is ready to go. And not saying it has to be a 25, 30-minute match, but he can still get in that ring and still go. I think those two are heading for some sort of crash course at whatever PLE you want to do it at. I don't know if it's a SummerSlam kind of thing, or maybe Money in the Bank. But it is going to be wild. Those two are the dichotomy between the two of them is amazing. And the fact that Braun is like, I don't know why you drafted me. You can't control me. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing on this brand. It is wild, awesome to see. Very excited for that as well. Lastly, the end of the night. Now, I say this, I don't want to be a spoiler, but it looks like some people in the U.S. didn't get to see this finish. Where I was, I saw it. I got a couple pictures. We put it on X. We talked about it. So, Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch had a rematch for the World Women's Championship on Raw in a steel cage. Obviously, with the interference of Dom at King and Queen of the Ring, Pierce is trying to alleviate any interference and have these guys have a one-on-one match, have a clear-cut winner. 3/4 way through the match, here comes Dom, comes down to the ring, goes down to the door of the cage, pulls the pin, opens the doors, trying to beckon to Becky to come out, get out of the ring. Judgment Day comes down, makes their presence felt. Here comes Braun Strowman. Braun does his signature run around the ring, ends up knocking into Dom Mysterio. Dom at that point then knocks into the steel cage door, of which Becky was trying to get out of, knocks her out clean. Dom is knocked out. Becky's knocked out. Everyone's gone from the Judgment Day. Braun is gone too. And who escapes the cage but Liv Morgan as still your World Heavyweight Women's Champion on Raw. Dom gets up. He's pissed. People are upset. Can't believe what just happened. As we're going to the end, Dom is walking backwards up the ramp, obviously distraught, knowing what's going to happen when he has to talk to Mommy. Liv gets up on his grill, gets really close to him, grabs his head, plants one right on his lips, gives him a big old kisser. Dom visibly trying to fight it, not kissing her back. Liv just giving him the kiss of, hey, not for nothing if you're Liv. This guy just helped you win the World Heavyweight Championship for the women and also retain it against Becky Lynch in a steel cage. She's just giving him his props. This storyline has legs, guys. This has legs. Dare I say, we could look to something like SummerSlam where maybe you have a Liv Morgan and a Rhea Ripley match at SummerSlam with Dom Mysterio as the special guest referee. This story is going to go on for a couple months. I'm very excited for it. It's going to be awesome. Very excited for the QR codes as well. And a lot of things cooking on Monday Night Raw. Also on NXT and SmackDown. But definitely the Red Brain is cooking. So guys, I appreciate you joining me. Had to talk about it. A lot of things going on Monday nights. If you're watching this right now on YouTube, please shoot us a like. Give us a subscribe. Weekly content, special edition shows just like this one when anything big is going down in the world of wrestling. Also, too, if you haven't found us over on X and on Instagram, one word, Chairshot Sports. And also be sure to grab us this upcoming Saturday for our debut show on Live 365 Radio on 105 The Block. Chairshot Sports at 6 p.m. every Saturday. Shooting you a different show, obviously, from what you see here on YouTube. Talking about all the things going on, WWE, AEW, all that good stuff. So, guys, I appreciate you joining me. I'm John Anthony. Have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.